All right, so today we are diving deep into ancient Egypt.
Ooh.
We're talking Cleopatra,
Nice.
but not like a boring history lesson.
Right.
We're going all in with this novel, Cleopatra's Secret, by Lydia Storm.
I am here for it. You know, I love historical fiction.
Yes.
It's like you get the story, but you get to really feel it. You know,
Exactly.
like you're really there.
You get to experience it through her eyes instead of just reading the date and what happened on that day.
Exactly. It's the difference between knowing about a place and actually traveling there.
Yes.
So how does this book grab us right from the start?
So Storm really surprised me with this one.
Okay.
It starts with Cleopatra on her balcony,
Okay.
looking out over the Nile.
Beautiful.
But she has this vision,
Oh.
and it's Caesar's death.
Oh, wow. Talk about setting the stage with some drama.
And she's not just seeing it, she is feeling it.
Right.
So it's not just some political thing that's happening.
Right.
It's a deeply personal loss for her.
Which I think is so important because we don't often think of these historical figures
Right.
as experiencing those really human emotions.
Right, and this book really makes you feel that.
Okay, so we're in Cleopatra's head, we're feeling her grief, but we know it's just the beginning, right?
Oh, it's just getting started.
Like what happens next?
So Caesar is gone. Now there's this power vacuum in Rome.
Oh.
So Mark Antony
Oh boy.
enters the picture.
Mark Antony. Now there's a figure who looms large in history.
Right.
What's he like in the novel, though?
So we see him through her eyes,
Okay.
and she sees him as this passionate,
Okay.
volatile,
Right.
and let's just say he is not charmed by her.
No love at first sight?
No, not at all.
How does that play out? I mean, they're on opposite sides.
It makes for some really great dialogue.
Oh, like what?
Do you remember the line when they first meet?
I don't think so. Tell me.
He says, who needs friends when they have an Egyptian witch to do their bidding?
Oh my gosh, she did not.
Yeah.
That's how he opens their relationship.
They know what an entrance.
So much for first impressions, right?
Uh-huh.
But it does kind of sum up their whole dynamic.
Oh, it does.
You know, Roman versus Egyptian. This clash of cultures, suspicion.
Right, and it just builds this constant tension.
Like a storm is brewing.
Literally,
Enemy.
she starts getting all these whispers of betrayal and plots against her.
Oh no.
And she feels this danger closing in on her all the time.
Okay, so the imagery really emphasizes the political turmoil.
Yes. And then there's the cobra scene.
Oh, tell me about the cobra scene.
So she's just there, and this raven just drops this wounded cobra at her feet.
Oh, that's not good.
No. And snakes in ancient Egypt, they're very important to their belief system.
Right, they represent all kinds of things. Power, protection, even like a connection to the divine right.
Right, so for them, this is terrifying.
Oh yeah, it's a bad omen for sure.
It's like she's about to enter this really dangerous game.
Which she kind of already is, right? I mean, she's trying to secure her own power.
And protect her son,
Oh, right, Caesarian.
because he's not just the heir to Egypt.
He's also Caesar's son,
Exactly.
which makes him a very tempting target for anyone who wants to control Rome.
It's heartbreaking,
Yeah.
because you can tell that all she wants is peace.
And a stable Egypt.
For her son,
And she sees Antony as maybe the key to that.
she even says in her beautiful palace, she would slowly introduce him to the mysteries until Antony would succumb. Egypt would be safe.
She's playing a long game,
Oh,
using her intelligence,
Right.
her charm.
And maybe a little ancient Egyptian magic.
Ooh, I can't wait to hear more about that.
But first,
Okay.
the pyramids.
Oh, tell me about this journey.
It's Cleopatra and Antony,
Mm-hmm.
and they go to the pyramids.
Okay.
And the way Storm describes them,
Yeah.
you're right there.
So what happens there?
Antony gets exposed to the Egyptian underworld for the first time.
Whoa, like he literally goes underground.
It's more like he gets this glimpse
Okay.
into their beliefs
But
that
yeah.
challenges his whole understanding of the world.
That's got to be pretty unsettling for a Roman general.
It definitely makes him question everything he thought he knew.
And what about Cleopatra?
For her, I think it deepens their connection.
Interesting.
It shows him that there's more to life than just Roman pragmatism.
Okay, so we've got political intrigue,
Oh, yeah.
forbidden romance,
Yes.
ancient magic, maybe,
Maybe.
and a healthy dose of culture clash.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, and we're just getting started.
We are just getting started.
It's like he's really starting to see things from her perspective.
But not everyone's happy about this little adventure.
Right, what about Octavian?
Oh, we can't forget about Octavian.
What's he up to while all this is going on?
So at first he's like this understudy,
Oh,
learning the ropes of power.
right, playing the obedient nephew.
But he's watching.
Oh, yeah.
And you can tell that his ambition,
Yeah.
it's growing.
He's getting impatient.
So how does Storm show us that transformation?
It's subtle.
Okay.
You can tell he's always thinking a few steps ahead.
So he's not just this like power-hungry villain.
No.
He's got a plan.
He's got a plan.
And that makes him even more dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
Because you never know what he's going to do next.
And then there's Octavia.
Oh, poor Octavia. Antony's wife.
Talk about being caught in the middle.
Right. What's her role in all of this?
Well, she's the ideal Roman wife.
Okay. Loyal and dignified.
Totally unaware of what Antony's really up to.
Oh, man. Talk about a blindside come in.
And she goes to the Sibyl.
Wait, the Sibyl?
The Sibyl,
Like the Oracle?
because she's trying to save her marriage.
Oh, no.
And the Sibyl gives her this prophecy.
Oh, what does she say?
She doesn't give specifics.
But she warns Octavia about Antony's downfall.
Oh, so we know something bad is coming.
It's like this looming threat.
Oh, that's so much worse than just knowing what's going to happen.
And then on top of all that,
Yeah.
there's magic.
Ooh. Okay, I've been waiting for this.
So Storm implies
Yeah.
that a love spell
Wait.
might have been cast on Antony.
Wait, so are we saying he doesn't really love Cleopatra?
That's the question.
Ugh, I hate when books do that.
It makes you question everything.
Because is it real love or is it manipulation?
Exactly.
And if it started with magic, can it ever be real?
It's so good.
And so frustrating.
It makes you think.
It really does.
But one thing's for sure.
What's that?
You don't mess with Octavian.
What happens?
Let's just say there are consequences.
People get hurt,
It's a reminder that this is a dangerous game they're playing.
and not everyone can win.
Especially not when you're up against Rome.
So what about Cleopatra?
She's forced to make some impossible choices.
Oh no, like what?
She has to send her children away.
No, to protect them from Octavian?
She has to.
That's awful.
It's the only way she can think to keep them safe.
Gosh, you really feel for her in those moments.
You can feel the weight of everything she's carrying.
Not just as a queen.
As a mother.
Trying to protect her children and her legacy.
Her kingdom.
All while the world is falling apart around her.
It's one of the most powerful parts of the book.
So how does it end?
Cleopatra and her followers,
Yeah.
they make their final stand.
Even though they know they're probably going to lose.
They face their fate with so much courage.
It's tragic, but also inspiring in a way.
Because it shows that even in defeat,
There's still hope.
and the human spirit can endure anything. But it makes you wonder what happens next.
Right. Like what happened to her children?
Do they make it out?
You know, they're descended from two of the most powerful figures in history.
Exactly.
So do they manage to protect their heritage?
That's what I want to know.
Especially with how the book ends.
With Cleopatra whispering this hope for the future,
Right, like she's passing the torch.
even if it has to stay hidden for a while.
And what about that ancient Egyptian knowledge?
Those scrolls.
Yeah, all those secrets.
Did any of that survive?
Or is it just gone forever?
It makes you wonder how much history is just gone.
And how much of what we do know is just from the winners?
That's what's so great about historical fiction.
It lets us hear those other voices.
The ones that might have been silenced.
Like, we get to experience history from a different perspective.
It reminds us that history isn't just facts,
It's a conversation.
and we're all a part of it.
So what do you think is the biggest takeaway from Cleopatra's story?
I think for me, it's the importance of standing up for what you believe in,
Even when the odds are stacked against you?
even when it seems like everything is lost,
Because sometimes the greatest act of courage is simply holding on to hope.
and passing that hope on to the next generation.
Beautifully said.
Well, that about wraps up our deep dive into Cleopatra's secret.
This book was truly a wild ride.
So many twists and turns.
I know, I couldn't put it down.
Me neither.
I'm definitely going to be thinking about this one for a while.
Me too. Until next time.
Happy reading, everyone.
Thanks for tuning in to the audio podcast. You're here with my friend Jordan, and I'm Ashley. We hope today's episode brought some light to your day. Don't forget to follow us on your favorite platform so you never miss an episode. Share it with a friend and keep spreading the good vibes. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and keep shining.